So I'm trying to fathom how that happened. Because when I saw the lineup, eh, when I saw the lineups, I wasn't too skeptical because I saw that yes, we're gonna try out Badiashile, wondering why Moses Caicedo was not in the lineup, then discovering that he came back from international break later than all the other players. So that was the reason. And then discovering, of course, that Christopher Nkunku's not on the bench, he's not in the squad. So from me at least, unless there's an update that I missed, it seemed like Poch was just playing mind games and Poch was just trying to deceive Eddie Howe into thinking we might play Nkunku when he's actually not fully fit and he wasn't ready for this game. Overall, everything just backfired in the second half. The first half was okay. I don't know if we're going to open up Newcastle without a set-piece goal. If it wasn't for that brilliant free kick from Raheem Sterling, I don't know if we're going to score in this game. It also made me skeptical because against Manchester City, the goal that we scored to get back into the game at 1-1 was a set-piece header from Thiago Silva from a corner from Conor Gallagher. That's how we got back into that game. Today, we needed a set-piece again. Brilliance, yes, from Razmataz, but we can't open up a team through passes and intricate play. That's what I got from the game. I think the players that let us down are players that have not disappointed us this season, which are Cole Palmer, Thiago Silva. Conor Gallagher today had opportunities, like more than two, I believe, at least three, to put us in the lead, thread a pass to open up the opposition so that we can have a chance. Conor Gallagher, when he's exposed in terms of what he's not good at, he looks so much like a liability for the team. The scuffed shot on his weak foot. He showed great composure before that. Dummying and the defender goes one side, but then he shoots so shambolically. So in terms of boxes, the first one has to go to a man that we rely on in the backline, the oldest player in our squad, Thiago Silva, for making one of the worst mistakes of our season. I think he just fell asleep for a moment and it went to 3-1. I mean, at 2-1, you still believe this Chelsea team can score again and get it back to 2-2. But at 3-1, it's a mountain to climb at St. James's Park. So, Thiago Silva, who ended the game as our captain, because the second red box goes to Reece James, who didn't have a bad game, but it's our captain, and the first yellow card was it wasn't needed. He didn't have to get that card. Kicking the ball away, things like dissent. We're getting too many cards for silly reasons, and we can't be having our captain as part of that bracket of players getting cards for those reasons. Cucurella is now suspended for the Brighton game for accumulating his fifth. It's tricky again. But it reminds you that Chelsea are just in a rebuild. Chelsea can't spend all this money and think it's all going to be rosy. Of course, and going to St. James's Park, it was going to be a fair fight. We came out losers. We came out losers in a dismal sense, but I mean, you can easily lose at St. James's Park. Any team can visit St. James's Park and lose. So, yeah, Eddie Howe had our number, and there's so many injuries that Newcastle have for us to get a result like this. It's actually quite painful, because if they had all their men available, imagine if Tonali didn't have this scandal that's looming and he was available for this game. Oh my, Bruno Guimaraes looked comfortable the whole game. Lewis Miley. Newcastle United took our Lewis in Lewis Hall when they already had a Lewis that they were cooking and constructing on their side. This 17-year-old midfielder was bossing us. Imagine a 17-year-old Lewis Miley, who I'm going to guess that he's from the academy. He played better than Enzo Fernandez today. Enzo was nowhere to be seen. In fairness, maybe Enzo doesn't lose possession, he doesn't do other things, and there's a lot of positive play when he receives the ball. But then what else is there to his game? He needs to have an added factor to his game, whether it's threading a pass beyond the final line. He made one pass over to Armando Broya. Is it that we're not making necessary runs for Enzo to bring out that brilliance? Or is Enzo just the problem? It's now just, I'm swaying more towards Enzo needs to start polishing that side of his game. And I hope it comes out more when Kunku's back in the team. And I hope that truly does bring out that. Because Enzo right now, it's almost like we're playing with 10 men for most of the game. He's just a shadow when the ball's not close to him. And when we're out of possession, it's not like he helps defensively. And he's not helping in the attacking third. So he's just a hovering figure. Fourth and final box definitely goes to Mauricio Pochettino for the dodgy lineup. Because you don't need to bench Disasi. You don't need to start Badiashile just because Badiashile was available for the entirety of the international break and you worked with him. Because I feel that's the same reason Ugochukwu played. Ugochukwu didn't have a bad game either, but he was never going to be effective in a game against Newcastle that are so high pressing, so intense, and so physical. This is a top 4 side. So Caicedo comes on, Mudryk comes on. Mudryk, why do we bring Mudryk on? Why at this point? So yeah, it's a 4-1 defeat. So if we're to track or trace back to the beginning of this 8-game journey from Arsenal was followed by Brentford, then Spurs, then Man City, and now Newcastle. We have won 1 game against Spurs and they needed to get 2 red cards for us to win that one. That sounds to me like relegation form still. We're not sitting badly on the table. But hey, ciao. Let's get it, yo.